Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Legacy of the Rimlen. First one in 1080p edition, which is a bit of a debut, I guess. Would have been nice to have that one for, I guess, the last episode where we had a very special video in it, but it is what it is. Last time, a bunch of stuff happened that led to that particular vision and other stuff in general. But before we get into that, as usual, let's have our players introduce themselves and their characters. I've rolled some dice in the background. Dice say that we're going reverse alphabetical, meaning that Show&Tell should be the first one to go ahead and introduce herself and her character. Show&Tell, we are all listening.
Hi, I'm Show&Tell, and I'll be playing as Anghel. And right now, he has a lot on his shoulders. Somehow needs to find an amicable solution to a very not amicable problem. To stop people from killing each other. I don't know.
Well, good news is I think that's more of a group effort than a single person effort. Bad news is you'll have to convince the group that it's a group effort.
Yeah, they're not exactly on the same wavelength.
We'll see. Thank you very, very much, Show&Tell. Next, as mentioned, we would have Dely. Dely, could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely, and as usual, I'm playing as Muninn, the traveling scholar from Brightland. They are a little bit of a trickster, a little bit of a scamp recently, and I think last time we left off, to be honest, was... I can't remember what they were doing, to be honest, but yeah, they're probably nothing good.
We'll get to it. Muninn was relatively tame last time. Let's say relatively. Well, as in they were only plotting stuff, not actually doing stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is very, very typical.
Let's see. Thank you very, very much, Dely, though. Next, we would have Resident Cat, which I think is kind of ironic because I think you're more of a dog person. But anyway, Ashen, could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Hello. Yes, I can. I'm Ash, more of a dog person, that's true. But in-game, I'm more of a cat person, and I'm playing as Illona.
Yes, you are. And yes, I guess, yeah, you are again. Thank you.
2 for 2 here, woo!
Yep. Congratulations. Thank you very, very much, Ashen, for introducing yourself and your character. So, last time, as we resumed from your guys' discussion with Aurita, the leader of this little slave uprising, you eventually sort of came to an agreement with her in that she is still wary of you, but willing to trust you if you bring Eusebius to her. As a brief reminder, Eusebius is one of the monks of the monastery that was presumed dead until you guys sparked a bit of Aurita's memory, and she realized, oh wait, he wasn't there when we killed the other monks. Where is he? And that's fun. So again, she promised to give you guys her trust and allow you to participate in the burning down of the tree and potentially massacring the other monastery, which is fun stuff if you bring Eusebius to her. And she also gave isn't maybe the right term, but she basically said you're not leaving the village until this is resolved one way or another. And she assigned one guide, let's say, to you, a former slave named Yon that doesn't have a token on the map because I kind of made him up on the spot. He is the guy that Muninn talked to when you guys first reached this little village, and because Muninn used their stunt on this fellow, he automatically believes that whatever Muninn's doing is in the interest of, if I remember correctly, the Lady of the Blue Sun. That was what your stunt was used on? Dely?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it was either that or Cassius or Arita. I think it was the Lady with the Blue Sun. Anyway, yeah. Then our party decided to follow their first lead, which is Daniel's house. Daniel is one of the former slaves. You followed the clue because he was the apprentice, attendant, like a bunch of terms were used for Eusebius, the guy you were looking for. When Daniel came out of the house, he was kind of shifty-eyed. Illona was, I think, the one who surmised that he knew Anghel's name already, almost as if expecting him. And then Illona ran off to chase some birds, as she does. Muninn, sort of being sly, decided that Anghel would be the best one to like get information out of Daniel, and left with your guide Yon. Yon was very adamant that, hey, Daniel apparently knows something. We should like bring the others to beat the crap out of him. Well, I think the word I used was beat the shit out of him, but anyway. And Muninn was more temperate, let's say. Although they did receive, or sort of immediately afterwards, a message from Acacius that said, hey, if you want the reward that I promised you, this Eusebius person must die. Meanwhile, Anghel was invited into Daniel's house, and where, lo and behold, Eusebius the old monk was. He seemed nice enough-ish, let's say. Kind of regretful over the, like, slavery that the monastery partook in, but, you know, they did partake in it, so there's that. He asked Anghel to please find like an amicable solution, because basically if the like bigger authorities find out, they're just gonna kill these former slaves. But if the former slaves are just left on their own, they're probably gonna go on a rampage. So to like find a peaceful solution, preferably one where like these former slaves keep their freedom, which above board would be pretty difficult legally speaking, but you never know. And as a sort of, I wouldn't say a gesture of goodwill, I think Eusebius did it just like out of the kindness of his heart, so to say. He showed Anghel a vision pertaining to his quest to save Willa, his sister. A vision that you can watch in the previous episode, and it will also be its own standalone video on my channel, so there's that. But the vision basically, for their main quest, our heroes want to ask for the prince's help, the prince of this country's help. The vision showed that, hey, the prince is kind of sort of maybe a traitor-ish. Well, he's plotting a bunch of stuff. Also, some people who are against the prince know and are plotting against him, and probably gonna do something at the wedding that you all are heading to. So, hey, if you want the prince's help, I guess think on that. Or maybe you work with the like plotters and like see the new prince and have that new prince help you. Who knows? That's very much long term and very much your plans on the matter. So, as I go to turn on the background music, we left off at the moment with Anghel just being shown the vision. Basically, he approached the monk. Oh, shouldn't have shown you all that. My bad. He approached the monk, and the monk placed his hand on Anghel's forehead, showed him the vision, which is a bit of information overload. Anghel will understandably recoiled in shock. Pretty much that's where we left off. So, Show&Tell, you're on the spot. What do? You have to answer in 5 seconds or less. I'm joking. I'm joking. We can start with whomever. We can start with Illona, if you guys want to retrieve her. We can start with Muninn. We can start with Anghel. The choice is up to you guys.
I think definitely either Anghel or Illona. Anghel because we left off with him, but Illona because...
Well, if we start with Illona, we'll also start with Muninn.
That's true. I want... not to put you on the spot, Show&Tell. I vote that we start with Anghel because it's like a instant reaction to what we've just seen, sort of thing.
Yeah, I also vote
Okay.
Anghel.
Fine. Sure.
Sure. Just to like describe your like general environment real brief, show and tell. You're in Daniel's house, which is a fairly small house. Well, relatively speaking, I guess. Daniel, as far as you see, has no like relatives or like any other people living in his house, which is a bit unusual because everyone else does, so to say. The house is relatively well kept, for the house of a slave, so to say, which stereotypically doesn't mean that it's what happens, but stereotypically they're considered kind of unclean. So I guess that's one mental image that perhaps may change. Eusebius is lying in Daniel's bed. You approached him. He gave you like a bit of a blessing and put his hand on your forehead. You just recoiled in shock from the vision. I think Eusebius will sort of smile an understanding and says, "Trust me, you never really get used to that." Referring to like the general shock of just seeing something suddenly.
Oh, so it happened to him too? Like, okay.
Presumably.
Interesting.
I mean...
Okay. It's like a thing that the priests have? An ability?
Not usually. And also like this quote-unquote ability doesn't come necessarily from the priests themselves, but from the higher power that they serve, so to say.
Yeah.
So the higher power, the Free in this case, have deemed Eusebius sort of worthy of receiving vision, probably more than one, according to what he said.
Yeah. I was wondering if he received a vision himself, like, cause he gave it to maybe maybe the gods. Can I?
Oh yeah.
Did we communicate in any way?
I'm sorry. I keep forgetting that little detail.
No, I was just like thinking, did we really communicate? I don't think so. Like,
he seemed to know a lot of things about you. Anghel communicated with like body language and nods and all that.
Yeah. I don't know if I can really ask any questions. Also, I don't know if like how much Anghel really understood of all of that. Like, I think he needs time to process, and even then, I don't know how much of it he really retains. But maybe like the bottom line that the prince may be like, there's a problem with with the prince or whatever. I think that he will get eventually, I guess.
Sure. As I mentioned last session, you know how the like little cinematic had subtitles like, "Oh, this person is the prince of blah blah, is the prince of blah blah blah."
Yeah. But he saw it in his that Anghel understood it. In his mind.
He understood it. Yes, of course, it's entirely up to you how much he understood, for lack of a better term.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, a small reminder from last session. The priest said that, hey, if you want to like talk with your buddies, if you guys talk in here, like in this room, or presumably in his proximity.
I guess he can't listen, right?
Well, he used the term the demons, but you know what it means.
Okay. Then though, we do have this young dude.
For context, he's been staring. He looks scared and confused as he's staring at the two of you.
Scared, Daniel, you mean?
Yeah, scared presumably at like the general situation going on, but yeah.
Yeah, I meant to just like that we have Yon to worry about in terms of
Oh, that
like,
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
As a brief reminder, the priest said something to the likes of, you never get used to it, trust me. I think he'll add, are you feeling well?
I feel Anghel maybe is holding his head a little, but I think but he nods. Like,
do you have
like, it takes some time to settle.
The monk addresses Daniel and says, do you have perhaps a chair for our friend here? Daniel hesitates and shakes his head no, and the priest says, you may sit on the floor or on the bed if you'd like, if you need a minute.
Anghel, I think, shakes his head like he needs some time to settle, but he's fine now. Or at least he's...
Sure.
Like, he doesn't want to appear too, I guess, I don't know, overtaken, overwhelmed.
The monk says, this will be obvious, but don't tell the other people that I'm here, not just for my sake, but for Daniel's sake as well. They will exact vengeance on him if they find out.
Anghel looks at Danny.
He looks scared.
Okay. He nods.
If you need anything, I know it's difficult to communicate, but we are here and willing to listen. Well, as for however long we will be here.
Okay. Like, I don't know, I'm trying to think what would be like what I can ask the priest or something, but obviously also the asking itself is a problem.
That was also a bit of a cue, as in, if you don't have any questions, you can go.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah, for now, it will be better if he left. Because, like, in any case, like, we don't want to... Like, it will be suspicious, I guess, if they're too long or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Sure. Daniel, I think he has like a small idea, and he rushes to one of the larders that a small larder that he has in his house, and he pulls out like half a loaf of bread and hands it to you and says, if they're wondering what took you so long, you ate the other half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Like he's handing you the half, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Do you take it?
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Eusebius will say, whatever happens, I wish you nothing but the best in your journey, and the blessings of the free upon you.
Anghel nods and thanks or whatever, I guess. And I guess he leaves.
Outside the house, you find always thirsty and the horse patiently waiting for you as instructed.
So loyal.
They kind of have to be.
Yeah. Wow, I really don't know what to do. I guess... does Anghel, can he see where... I mean, I guess he saw where Muninn
It's not a big village. Unless Muninn and Illona are hiding themselves, you would be able to see them.
Okay, so I guess Anghel goes over to them. Trying to think if there's anything else you can do. I don't know. Not really. I have no idea.
No wrong answers is what I always say.
Yeah, I don't have a strategy for anything. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay.
Well, good news is you have 2 teammates. And speaking of your teammates, shall we visit Illona and Muninn?
Meow.
Yes.
Meow indeed. Ashen, Ashen, yes, but I'm addressing sort of Illona's viewpoint, I guess. You're like mid bloodlust, I guess, for lack of a better term, eager to catch that one bird and chomp down and rip out its throat. You're scrambling up a tree, and then you realize your fingers hurt. You've just been like ruining your nails and your fingers trying to clamber up a tree, and then you drop and realize, wait, why am I chasing a bird?
Okay, so it's completely lucid. Or...
You are now completely lucid, yes.
Like, sit down by the tree. Oh, fuck! What happened? They're like.
Ribob is close to you and says, "Back to your senses."
Sorry, I don't have.
You're cutting out a little bit, Ashen, but he...
Yeah.
Oh no. Right, is it better?
Much. Although now I have to adjust your volume a little.
Oh shit, sorry. What did I say?
You said, Ribob asked you, are you feeling better? And I think you said much.
Yeah, much. I'm sorry about that. Don't know what came over me.
Should probably wash that. Points at your bloody fingers.
Oh, they're bloody? It's like that bad?
I mean, have you tried manually climbing a tree like desperately cat-like when you don't have cat claws?
Every day? What are you talking about? Yeah, okay. I can see it. I think you're right about that. Do you have some, like, water I can use?
Yes, although there's also the river, but yes, I can loan you a water skin and I can fill it later.
Thanks.
And he does so, and I'm assuming you proceed to do that?
Yeah. Washing it off and like, Peter in Family Guy when he stands like, like that?
Yeah.
That's me like every time it hits my finger.
IRL, I've had like serious injuries on my finger before and washed them with water. It's not pleasant. I'm curious, what are Illona's thoughts on what's been going on with her?
I think she's trying to keep a calm outside, but internally she's kind of freaking out. Like, it's not cool to just completely lose your senses and have no control over what's happening. And I think she's thinking to herself right now as she's like, has a kind of black and white with her ripped hands, that this is something that I need to fix. This is something that I really should look into. Get rid of that cat statue.
Presumably. Understandably so as well. Muninn, as you were talking with Yon and just finished that conversation, you see Illona finally calm down, like a bit farther away.
Okay. I think Muninn would approach, and with their arms folded, they would say, like, have you had enough? Like, enough, have you had enough fun?
Illona would, like, kind of look sad and desperate, like, yeah, I think I need some help.
You need to get rid of that you need to get rid of that idol.
Yeah, and Illona would, like, search for it. You know, like, when you're guilty of stealing something, if you're a child, like, yeah, I'll give it back.
Yeah. I just realized you said idol. I thought you said eyeball.
Oh! That's for next episode.
No, eyeballs for you.
Ashen, you are if you're looking through like your belongings, well, I guess my first question is, do you care about like your privacy, as in can Muninn and the NPCs see what's in your bag while you're searching?
No, I care about the privacy.
Okay. Muninn, do you pry, I guess?
I think Muninn would naturally be privy to pry. So yes, should I do a careful?
Well, again, this is a player and player conflict, for lack of a better term. So you guys decide. Rolling sneaky against careful is perfectly acceptable, but you guys decide first and foremost if you want to roll, if it just happens, or if it doesn't happen, etc.
I'd be down for rolling.
Yeah, same here.
Then it would be Munin's careful versus Illona's sneaky.
Very good.
Boink. Oi, I'm so sneaky today.
A critical
Oh, wow.
fail. And
Oh, yes!
Oh no!
Or is it too late because I didn't announce it? Is it too late that I don't get +2?
no, you can announce it. I was actually looking for the exact same thing. If
Shit.
when analyzing someone or their surroundings, is peeking analyzing?
Yeah.
Show and tell us the uninvolved third party. What do you think? Is peeking analyzing?
Peeking out. I
The
don't
word
know.
peeking is like destroyed in my brain right now. We said it so much, I don't make a word of it anymore.
That's called semantic satiation.
I have that. Peek.
Wow. Is peeking analyzer.
Peeking. What is this word?
I tend to say no.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yes. I'm sorry. Because it's
That's
like
okay.
too fast for it to be analyzing, but
Yeah, that makes sense.
I would say yes. I would allow it. I vote analyzing
Okay.
speaking.
Since Ashen is a party that's directly involved, I guess her word takes precedence. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Muninn, you have a 2 to Illona's 1. Are we leaving it at that? Do you guys want to roll a lot to like improve your rolls with fate points?
Nah.
I will say that if you did, you would basically win by default because me spending I've only got 1 fate point and I'd be reluctant to spend it, so it's up to you.
I don't think Illona is like that much. She's just like pulling the bag close to herself and rummaging through it. She's like thinking that's enough. It's not really on her mind that somebody would peek in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, little does Illona know, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Muninn, first and foremost, as you're peeking, other than like Illona's general travel supplies, you will see this like odd piece of black cloth. I mean odd as in it seems out of place that there would just be a black cloth there. It doesn't look like, say, a handkerchief or whatever. It just looks as if someone ripped out a piece of like a priest's robe or something. You also see a golden coin that, unlike like the ancient golden coins you've discovered previously, this one has I'm trying to look through my notes for a specific term. I apologize. Oh yeah, that this one has Rubani writing on it, which are people far to the southeast that you didn't expect to see here necessarily. You also see through Illona's supplies 2 letters. You deciphered them together with Illona, so it's the 2 letters that you guys deciphered together. Don't remember if Illona has any other fancy items on her. Oh yeah, I think she has the expensive pistol that she took off that one officer that you guys...
Hell yeah, that I keep forgetting to use because I don't have much ammo.
I keep forgetting. I just completely forgot you had it.
I have a gun.
Yeah.
That's
Ashen, feel free to add if there's anything else of interest in your inventory. And eventually, other than the items that I've mentioned and anything else Ashen might want to add, you find again this little wooden carving of a black cat.
Yay!
There it is.
I don't have anything else I would like to add, I think. It's nothing like
Okay.
of enormous value or that you haven't seen already.
Muninn would probably mind their own business, because actually Muninn would say like, that actually, do you know what? Muninn would like look to the black cat idol and say like, that thing's more trouble than that thing is more trouble than it's worth, and it's not like you haven't got any trinkets that are valuable in there. Maybe it's time to hang it up, don't you think?
I guess you're right. I keep thinking that I'll find some place and time where it's useful and can help us, but losing control completely defeats that purpose too. So I think you're right.
Muninn just admitted that they looked at the stuff, but I guess
Yeah.
Illona
Illona-
doesn't care.
To be fair, she is distraught, but Ashen can play her character however she wants.
Yeah, I was just wondering if like if that was on purpose. But...
It was not something Illona would like hang herself up on
Okay.
or like analyze too deeply.
Yeah, that makes sense. Muninn would fold their arms and say like, I mean, you could get a bit of coin with a few of the things in there, but I mean, as funny as it is seeing you as a cat running around and everything, like, it's a bit of a liability.
Yeah. Should I sell it or should I just throw it into the lake?
Well, who would resell it to?
I mean, it's like Illona would like inspect it closer. It's pretty. I think people would want this. Depending on
Who do you want to turn into a cat? Like that's the question.
Right.
yeah, what if we give it to someone we don't like?
Yeah, I
What
was
if we-
thinking that.
What if we give it to that dude that she like Illona would talk a bit more silently, like that she wanted us to kill? Maybe if he turns into a cat, we won't have to kill him.
Ignore the window.
Illona doesn't want to kill.
Yeah, right. Muninn would say you don't want to kill. No.
I mean, sure, but like, this would be kind of interesting.
I suppose, but I mean, it's up to you. It wouldn't you. Well, it's your idol, and you stole it, so I mean, you do with it how you see fit. But I just think that's a bit of an odd use for something that is so. I wouldn't say valuable, but potent, I guess.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Speaking of which, Anghel. Speaking of which, Anghel. And then Muninn would like look to the guy who's like, not like actively like to where it's obvious, but Muninn would like look over their shoulder a little bit to the guy that's like escorting them and stuff.
Looks at
Just-
you.
Yeah.
He'll finally say is something that he's been like holding back. That thing looks cursed, pointing at the cat statue.
Wait, he's that close? I thought he didn't hear what I said, right? Because I wanted it to maybe too.
He's supposed to keep an eye on you guys, so.
But when I said I spoke more silently, is it okay? if
Okay,
only Muninn said
sure, fine. That's my
Thanks.
bad for not mentioning it. But he would notice the like little black cat.
that? Okay.
In that case, Muninn would look back to Illona and say like, well, Anghel's probably waiting for us at this point. Let's go find him.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, as you look to Daniel's house, Anghel exits like, I don't know, some scene out of Greek mythology, and you guys gaze upon each other.
Wow. Intense.
Oh, yeah, totally. Okay. So we gaze.
And we continue to gaze for the entirety of the episode.
Yeah.
Beautiful eyes.
Yeah. Scared to break the silence. Muninn would probably break the silence and say, like, welcome back. And then continues to gaze.
Mhm.
Oh god, what is this?
Any luck? And then Muninn would,
Oh.
well, obviously Anghel can only sign, so that's fine, actually.
One quick question I forgot to ask. And I don't think we established. What happened to the black cat statue? Like, it's still in Illona's possession at the moment, right?
Yeah, I have it in my hand right now.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
My bad.
Well, Muninn will repeat themselves, or maybe they won't need to. Sorry, go on.
Anghel signs we need to talk. Or something.
Illona says go on. Or like, signs, go on.
Yeah. I was going to say, if Illona... Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say not here, but now that I think about it, if we talk inside, I don't know, is it too dangerous that somehow still?
You can throw in some bullshit sign.
Yeah.
If he's onto us.
Flexing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just rip your shot off and stop flexing. Yeah. Continues to gaze.
Gazes longingly.
I guess Show&Tell, just a small reminder that the three of you are not alone. You have your two companions, Ribab and Yon, the one, your guide and kind of sort of guardian. Guardian.
Yeah,
as
I
in
know
a
that,
jailer.
but like the thing is that the signing, because as far as we know, they don't know how to sign. All those you mentioned.
Yeah.
It's just that.
True. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't forget that they were there. I was just that's why I was wondering. But Jon wanted to go back to Daniel's house to kill him, right? Not kill him, to beat him up.
Not exactly. Rather, he wanted to tell Arita, hey, Daniel's being sus. Let's go beat the shit out of him.
Sussy baka.
And to put it in, I guess, layman's terms.
And I mean, Anghel doesn't even know that.
No, I think you were there.
Yeah?
No, actually, you weren't. Yeah, you weren't, because he said that to Muninn after leaving.
After.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah.
So,
I was going to say it would still be a good idea to sign if that's what you're wondering.
Oh, well, of course, we have to sign. The thing is, though, I don't know. Like, maybe if we sign out in the open, it won't look suspicious at all.
I get him, I suppose. But then, like, Anghel is mute, so it kind of makes sense in a way. It's just like, oh, what you guys talking about? It's just like, oh, we're just sort of... Like, that's the only... If someone asks what we're talking about, we could say anything. And it would make... They'd have to believe us because you have to sign to communicate, full stop.
I mean, we can always, like, say we're signing about cat business, because that's kind of weird and odd, and probably deserves a little talk.
Yeah. Cat business.
Right.
Cool cats only.
Did everyone see, though, that Illona became a cat? Or like a cat?
Yeah.
So...
You did.
It's the perfect distraction.
Yeah, no, we did, but like the other, like people, like if someone comes up to us and it's like, what are you talking about?
Ribab, Yon, always thirsty, and the horse also saw, if that's what you're wondering.
Even the horse, wow, okay.
I have a question for Show&Tell. What's the, like, expression on Anghel's face?
Serious, I guess. Kind of just solemn. I don't know.
Solemn.
Okay. Let me roll Ribab sneaky because he's gonna try to a smooth maneuver, so to say.
Ooh,
Okay.
smooth maneuver with his rock solid biceps.
Scandalous.
Ooh.
The 4 is Rebob's sneaky, the 1 is Yon's careful. So Yon doesn't notice. Rebob sort of like casually strolls by you. Anghel looks like he's minding his own business and whispers to you so that only you can hear. If you want me to take that 1 away, indicating Yon, tap your foot twice.
Oh, Rebob is so smooth. Okay.
Wow.
So Anghel does, I think.
What?
Whoa! Hang on a minute.
What?
Take him away? What, to kill him?
Not,
I didn't get that.
No, Rebob did not mean to kill him, no.
Okay, I thought for sure it was killing.
Okay, yeah. That's a little bit more reasonable.
I was like, what? Did he just agree to a murder? Okay.
Remove him would be the better term? I don't know.
Yeah.
Remove him sounds like maybe kill. He's going to kill him.
Everything sounds like kill right now. I'm so in that space.
No, I was totally not thinking that.
Well, I'm glad Show&Tell you got the right idea, I guess. Let's say that Rebob's 4 instead of a higher row is him mumbling his words, I guess. Then Rebob would pretend to stretch, and then he'd ask your guide, "Do you people have anything to drink?" And he looks and says, "Yeah, are you all?" And he and Rebob would add, "There, what's the word for someone who doesn't drink?"
Oh, I don't know.
I know it in Swedish, but
I also know it in Romanian, but I don't know it in English.
Ah, shit.
Is there a word for it? What?
Like someone who abstains from alcohol, basically.
Is it something with sober?
What? Did you just glitch? Sober,
I had a
sober,
stroke. Don't
sober.
worry about it.
Oh my god.
I googled it. Do you know Show&Tell?
No.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
I googled it. There's a word that's teetalism.
What?
I've never heard of that word before. Usually people say the word like, "Oh, they're dry," as in like, "Oh, they're not drinking." They're
Yeah.
dry.
Sure.
Yeah.
Then, for simplicity's sake, I guess Rebob will say, "No, they're dry. I'm just looking for something to refresh myself, you know." And Yon says, "Yeah, we can go. If we come back right away, sounds like a plan. Lead the way," says Rebob. Small reminder that Rebob has mentioned previously that he does not drink, so
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
gonna say he's the one who's like. Okay.
It's crazy that there's a word. Drinking is so popular that there's a word for someone that doesn't drink.
yeah.
I mean, there seems to be a word in every language, or
Yeah.
not every language, but other languages.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Out of curiosity, Show&Tell, is there a word in Hebrew?
Trying to think. I don't know if there is. Or maybe there isn't. I don't know it.
Yeah, fair enough. Either way, Rebob has bought you guys a couple minutes while he takes this gentleman to get some drinks, which
Thanks, Bob.
which he probably will not drink himself, but you know.
Cool.
Thanks, Bobbert.
Yeah.
So,
Above board, just for reference, Rebob will head here, where I put him on the map. Okay.
yeah. Muninn would look to Anghel and say, like, "Oh, so what do you think then? Did you find who we're looking for?"
Anghel. Okay, Anghel says, we need. Oh God, I don't know what he says. We can't. Okay, sorry. What?
I was gonna say, for context, does Ashen obviously knows who we're looking for, doesn't she, or not? Sorry, Ashen. Sorry, Illona, rather.
Yeah.
Illona
It's
knows
all, I mean,
this.
we all went together.
I don't know why Illona wouldn't know. I think the whole cat thing confused me. But anyway, go on.
Okay, so anyway, so I think Anghel says we can't help them kill people. I think is what he says.
Muninn would look to Illona, and then they would say, "Well, we."
There has to be another way, Anghel says.
Illona would say, "How about we turned it into a cat?" And then she would hold up her little cat statue. Nobody will know. And she would like grin super weirdly, super like uncomfortably.
Yeah.
Such an image.
Show&Tell and Deli, do you remember the one thing I private messaged you about Illona?
Yeah.
It's more noticeable as she grins.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. Muninn would look away.
Do I know what it is? Because I forgot.
You don't.
No, you don't know what it is.
No.
Muninn would look away and then looks at Anghel with
Although
like white.
Funnily enough, it would be easy enough to find out.
Yeah. Muninn's
Like-
eyes would be wide.
Illona was saying like, "What? Do I have something in my teeth? In between my teeth or something? What?
What?
What's that? Look."
Look? No. They're really not doing it. Look.
Hey, don't bullshit me. I saw that.
God. Anghel's just like, it doesn't matter now.
Yeah,
I
Anghel.
mean, he doesn't shout it. He doesn't shout it.
Anghel,
He can't do anything.
I wasn't doing it. I wasn't giving a look. I wasn't looking.
What's going on?
I think we're just I think we're just a bit stressed and seeing things.
You guys would tell me if something was wrong, right? There is something in between my teeth. You knew it. I should like frantically.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to embarrass you.
Illona, Ashen, can you give me a careful? Because looking between your teeth wouldn't quite give you the answer, but maybe it will.
I got a 2.
Wait, but what is she looking at? Do you have a mirror or something? Like, what are you looking at?
I'm just like pointing with my finger, like trying to get the teeth dirt out.
Kid name finger.
What? What did you say?
I said kid named Finger. Anyway.
Show&Tell and Deli, do you think a 2 is sufficient? The most average roll?
Not really. I don't know.
I would.
Because it's not really.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards no as well.
Like, if she were to look, then okay.
Yeah,
Just
looking for
fiddling
like
with her fingers.
Yeah.
You guys are meanies. I want to know what it is.
Do you want to spend a fate point?
No.
Well, you poke around your teeth and you do like find like some, like, well, you knew they were there because you felt them with your tongue, I guess. But you know how like when you eat meat, sometimes there's like bits stuck in there, and you've eaten particularly raw meat recently.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you find lots of those little bits stuck in there.
I like mumble to myself. It's like, guys, you should have told me.
Yeah, we know how much you value your hygiene. So, yeah, sorry.
Okay, well, that's supposed to be a jab. What was that?
Anyway.
Insert flashback to like when Illona returned to the group after massacring a herd of cows all bloody.
Yo, it's like, it's what you do on a Thursday, man.
I think it was Wednesday, but sure.
That's
Yeah.
Wednesday, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I forgot what we were talking about.
Angel's looking very annoying.
Deli did or Muninn did?
Muninn did.
That's so awesome. We just like ordered Rebop to go away and distract him just for like
And we
us
just
to
waste-
push.
Yeah. We could,
Angel is looking very like unhappy.
yeah.
I think he's even folding his like crossing his arms, kind of looking at you like, "Can you settle down, you children?"
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah.
Anghel, this isn't necessarily important, but like the horse nuzzles up against you as like a show of like, hey, you got this.
Oh, cute.
Angel
Yeah.
appreciates that. He might like, them on them. I guess nuzzle is like with his head.
Yeah, well, like it's snout. Is that what horses have?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, he pats that part. that
Sure, the horse appreciates it, I guess.
I love that he pats that.
sounds so bad. I don't know
Yeah.
context. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So once they settle down, I guess. What were we talking about? Anyway, Anghel, like I guess he signs
Well-
not just we can't kill anyone. Like I can't kill. Like, we can't let them kill anyone. Not just the beast thereafter.
Well, I mean, we can't disobey the order of Acacius. And he did say that he would help not only us, but your sister. So,
I don't need his help.
well, I don't know whether you actually believe that or not. The will of a god would be much. I mean, it's not really about you, is it? It's more about. Would you rather risk your sister's life?
Sister. Word.
Yo, sister.
Mhm.
Of course not. I will save Willa, but we also need to save other people.
We do,
Yes.
but if saving Muninn would sort of be a little bit torn, but ultimately, I think they would like look and say like, we do need to save people, yes, but if Acacius and these victims were, these people were victims of people like this. You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
These people were victims of people like who you're trying to save. This man.
Yes, but if they kill them, they will be killed by the soldiers.
The like general term used was authorities, which can mean soldiers,
Yeah.
mercenaries, just like hired bandits or like other people. It can mean a lot of things.
Like they won't get away with it, and they will be killed too. So what's the point?
Well, how do you know they would be killed? I mean, they put up a good fight so far against this whole village. The place is theirs. The whole place is theirs. And would you rather not die free than to live under chains?
Just a small bit of like, I guess, above board knowledge. More than likely, they already like outnumbered their captors, let's say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They will bring in a lot more people. You wouldn't be able to stand against them.
Mm.
And I'm not going to just stand by as people kill each other or help or anything.
Mm. Well, you're stubborn. I'll give you that. And then Moon would look to Illona and say, like, well, what do you think of all of this? And then Illona would promptly ignore me, and then I would go cry in the corner.
Just need a little moment to catch my
Okay,
brain.
sorry. I wasn't sure if you were there or not.
I think Illona would still be like super caught up on the cat thingy.
Understandable.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is understandable.
I think she's secretly thinking about cats doing this too.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. How can I convince Muninn to like?
Anghel, I know you mean well, but to go against the will of Akesius is pointless. And these people, I mean, they clearly, I mean, his will clearly must have helped
He
them.
plays with them. He plays with everything, with all the people.
Well,
They don't mean anything to him.
But these people, you must understand, these people are free with the help of Akesius.
Free for now.
But free nonetheless. And right now, right now, I mean, they'll if people are gonna come and attack these people, if like soldiers are gonna attack these people, then maybe the will of Akesius is all the help they'll need to fight them off.
What did Akesius even do to make you believe in him so much?
He's
shade.
Is Anghel actually asking that, or not?
What? Oh yeah. I think
Did Anghel actually ask that?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Muninn would like be a little bit angry, to be honest, and say, like a little bit shocked, to be honest, and say like, what he is Akesius, the god of knowledge, and I, above all else, strive for knowledge.
At what expense, though? What? Did Elon say something?
Yeah.
You okay, Ashen?
No. I just want to say, like, if I have something to like chew on like popcorn while this like drama's going on, Illona would. If I could find something in like my little bag.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Plenty of things
At
between
least
your
that
teeth,
was
I guess.
entertaining.
Oh man, yeah. Chew on that. Yum.
Yeah.
But above board, all of you would have like at least of some food supplies in your bags.
Yeah, Illona would like start snacking, like wide eyes, following like who's talking.
Always first he imitates you and starts drinking.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Anghel asks at what expense?
Muninn would like frown and say like, to like at any expense. I would give anything.
Other people's lives is not yours to give, though.
Damn, that was a good line.
Like Illona would look over to Always Thirsty and be like, poetic.
Always first he's just nodding along at whatever Anghel says, no matter what.
I mean, I don't know if he even understands Anghel at this point.
Yeah.
Either. So it doesn't even matter.
For the sake of what we discussed previously, like in an earlier session, he's paying close attention to your hand gestures.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
Anghel
Muninn-
sounds so eloquent. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just imagine that he's saying it less well.
He's sounding
Because
more
he's not
eloquent.
really.
He's sounding more eloquent than Muninn, to be honest.
I'm just interpreting what he's saying, but he really
Yeah.
is not.
Illona and Muninn, can I get a careful from the two of you? It's just, I'm not asking Anghel because Anghel would be facing the opposite direction, so he wouldn't be able to see.
Okay.
2-2.
Oh, both of you got twos. Okay. You see from in the distance the easily recognizable form of Rebob exiting the building he was in along with your guide and beginning the return journey to you guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Anghel doesn't know that.
Well, because he's facing the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, to be honest, I don't really know. I guess as like a last response, or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, obviously, it probably won't be. But Muninn, like, as in response to what Anghel said, like, would say, I don't really know, because that is... Maybe Muninn wouldn't reply to Anghel. Like, Muninn looks like they disagree, but they wouldn't say anything.
Wow. Really, really didn't get any headway at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair though, Anghel wasn't really doing a good job, like trying to win Muninn over.
I mean,
because he believes in what he says and Muninn believes in what they say, and they just like they're not really trying to bridge anything.
I mean, I think above board, you and Anghel did a good job, but obviously Muninn's a little bit stuck in what they think.
And also like Anghel wasn't trying, like he was kind of accusing Muninn, he wasn't really trying to make them.
I suppose that's true.
So it makes sense that Muninn wouldn't really want to listen.
Yeah, that makes sense. When I say stuck as well, I think stuck is a little bit not really the right word, but you do get what I'm saying. Like they are sort of stubborn, ironically.
Yeah.
So the guy you say the guy is approaching the group?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, the two guys, I guess.
The two guys. Well, before Muninn sort of points Anghel to turn around, if that makes sense, to look at this guy, Muninn would probably try and get one last word in to Anghel and say, like, you can't... Muninn would say, like, it may not even be up to us, Anghel.
Well, we have to try. And I guess then...
Yeah.
Something happens? I don't know. Do they approach or...
Yeah, they approach and I think Yon would say, "Oh, your pal here is quite a heavy drinker." Rebob does not look drunk. So
oh wow,
he probably like dumped the drink somewhere.
Yeah, just made it seem like he was drinking.
Always learn from the best. That's how I got the almost always thirsty.
Yon, your guide would look at you, Illona, and say, I mentioned that your little statue thing looks kind of cursed. If you want, Lacrima is a witch. She decurse my dad. She decurse my sister. I'm sure she can do the same for you. Well, for a price.
Illona would like raise her eyebrows and do like not the frown thing, and you're like, not bad.
The Spock thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, last time we dealt with the witch, she did help at the end, I guess, but we owed her a lot.
Yeah, and we would lose our lives if we fucked up the gift. Yeah. Yeah, Lona would definitely she would nod and say I'll consider that. Thanks for the tip.
Well, just don't pass that thing on to anyone else. I think it won't do good for you.
Yeah. No.
For you or for them?
I think he meant for me as well.
Yeah, it might have effects.
Yeah.
So So let's go and tell Arita that Daniel's hiding something and get the mob to beat the crap out of him, right?
Anghel looks over okay, that's the first he heard of that.
Yes, that is definitely the first you've heard of that.
Yeah.
He signs. He doesn't know anything.
He only imitates your hand gestures, unaware of what they mean.
Oh, really? Okay.
Muninn would translate and say Anghel, my friend here doesn't. My friend here claims to not know anything.
Well,
no, the Daniel doesn't. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was clear from the beginning. Anyway, Jon will add. Well, you saw him acting shifty. Him meaning Daniel, not Anghel.
See, I'm a little bit torn because if Muninn would say
and he lives all alone. He hasn't even tried to find a wife or a husband or anything. He just does his own thing. He's the village
a wife
weirdo.
or a husband? That's a thing. Cool.
Now that you mention it, and then Muninn would look to Anghel.
Anghel would look back at him. They would gaze. I'm kidding. But more like
sparkles start flying.
More intensely, I was gonna say.
Shit.
Turning all shoujo here.
It is a bit odd that he lives by himself, don't you think?
Well, I mean, his family got sold when he was little. So he's never really had anyone. That doesn't stop him from finding someone. Freaking weirdo.
Well, maybe violence isn't always the answer.
I mean, to get the truth out of someone, it is.
Why don't you give him a little bit of incentive if he is hiding something? And then obviously Anghel, feel free to
the incentive will be if he doesn't say, we'll rip off the rest of his fingers.
Anghel, feel free to interrupt me, because I am going sort of against you right now.
Yeah. I'm just, Anghel's just...
As Deli, I would feel bad if I just straight up said, yeah, he's hiding someone.
Yeah, I get that.
Well, I don't think Anghel has told Muninn that Eusebius is at Daniel's place.
No, he hasn't.
That's true.
He hasn't, but Muninn is still suspicious, I guess.
Yeah. So, Muninn, that is a good point. I genuinely forgot that. I sort of assumed that Muninn or Anghel told Muninn for some reason, but obviously not.
You actually guys have actually not discussed what the conversation between Anghel and Daniel went like.
Yeah. So
yeah, Anghel just started with we can't kill. He didn't really.
To be honest,
provide information.
That's a little bit telling, I think, which is probably why I assumed that he was there. Do you know what I mean? Or that Muninn knew. That Muninn knew anyway. Well, Muninn would ask Anghel in sign at first, Muninn would ask in sign, so what did you talk about? Or Muninn would sign it, but also, say it too, sure, why not?
Rebob,
Oh,
fails to hide his poker face, sort of like, wait, you guys have not talked about this while we were gone? Sort of implying that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did we talk about?
You were gone for quite some time.
Rebop does not say that, but if you want context, he just implies it.
Yeah.
No, I think Muninn said that to Anghel.
Sure.
Yeah. And
Yeah, what did you talk about, asks Yon?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. What did we talk about? I don't know. Oh my gosh.
Does he
Do you remember your
What?
cover story, Show and Tell?
yeah. Obviously
Yeah,
I
but
do.
what? I mean, yeah, but food. You pulled out bread.
Y-
I don't know what.
So you two
We were
just
talking about bread.
hmm.
It's tasty. You want some? I'm kidding. No, Anghel doesn't say that.
Yeah.
Can I get a sneaky from you and I'll pose if Yon's careful?
Okay. Sneaky.
Whoa.
What the fuck is that?
That
Oh
is-
no.
That's a critical fail.
Oh no. Yeah, Anghel really didn't think about his cover story. I
But you
guess
do have
that's
fate
rude.
points.
That's true. You got 3 of them.
Hmm.
1, 2, 3. Buckle and squeeze.
The fuck, that's like the voice in my head all the
Okay.
time. It's exactly like that.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'll use that. Wait. So, I mean, protective it works, right? I forget what's the exact. He's trying to protect Daniel.
Sure.
Protective and righteous.
I agree. Are you using it to give yourself +2 or to reroll?
How much sneaky do I have? 1, 2, 2. I guess reroll. Oh my god.
You got the worst possible roll, so it can only go up from here.
Yeah. Okay. Reroll.
Much better.
That is good, actually.
Oh, thank God.
Congratulations.
Oh, it's not it. Oh, it is enough. Oh,
It
my
is
God.
enough because Yon got 3, but I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend one of my fate points to make my roll a 5.
No. Why though? Okay.
Because I think it's more interesting. But you can keep
Okay.
spending your own fate points if you want.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how to make this work for me. So I'm thinking like if I want to spend another one, I'm thinking. Okay, I just have this weird idea. I don't know. But like the fact that he heard about Daniel's family being sold made Anghel kind of feel this weird kinship with him.
Sure.
So that means that being recently orphaned is also an aspect of him trying to protect Daniel or
works.
something.
It works.
Okay,
It works.
yay.
You're using it to give yourself +2, I presume.
+2, yes.
All right. Yon is none the wiser and says, "Oh well, I guess Daniel did help in the kitchen. Did he, really just about his cooking? Like he seems like he believes you. He just seems like WTF. Like sort of like what's wrong with Daniel?
Muninn will give Anghel a look.
Anghel doesn't return the look. There are no gazes to be had.
Muninn would sign no way.
Anghel offers him the bread. Offers them the bread, I'm sorry.
Oh, all right, okay. Muninn,
The bread looks like bitten, if that makes sense. Like whoever has eaten the other half, like has bitten through it instead of like ripping from it.
yeah. Muninn would like frown at that, and like Muninn would like think in their internal monologue like that's really unusual, but I mean not impossible. And then they would like rip half the bread and hand it to Illona.
I'm curious, like how you're ripping it. Like, are you taking the clean half, the unclean half, half and half?
Half and half, half and half. So
Sure.
it's like straight down the middle.
Sure. Illona, you are offered a quarter of a loaf of bread.
With like, I think like Ilona's still a bit like distraught from the whole cat thingy and having like the embarrassment of stuff in between her teeth and just like everything going on. She would like have a distant stare and just munch down, you know?
Yeah.
You can immediately tell that like someone has also been eating this bread as you bite down.
Bread.
She would unbite and look at it.
Yeah, it looks bitten through, other than the part that Muninn ripped.
Muninn would like look to Illona and be like, "Are you okay?"
She just like look at the bread and say, "Ew."
Yeah.
He makes good bread, Bjorn says, like unaware of the issue.
Yeah, Anghel signs it's good, even though he never ate it, but whatever.
Alone would like slowly like what's the opposite of raising your hand? What the fuck?
Lowering it?
Lower.
Lowering your foot.
She would lower the bread in her hand and like continue have like kind of a disgusted and kind of vacant stare.
Yeah. Muninn would sign hiding something. Question mark?
To who?
Anghel.
Anghel. Anghel would sign no.
Liar!
Then Muninn would sign. I had something in mind, but I can't remember. Muninn would sign. No, it's gone.
No.
Someone else talk for now while I try to remember. Muninn would sign. I don't know. Oh, Muninn would say any leads, or sign any leads.
No, Anghel would say.
Sneaky Anghel.
Press X to doubt. Muninn would say like.
By the way, we can do a sneaky thing if you want. Like, I don't know if like we should just take it as like. I mean, I don't know if Muninn is really convinced either. Like, that they're just not convinced.
I'm fine with not doing a sneaky thing. Like,
Okay.
I think Muninn doesn't know for like. I don't know if you agree. Muninn doesn't know for sure that Anghel's telling the truth, but they're pretty certain that he's not. But they can't prove it either way without
Right.
just going. Do you know what I mean? At the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, that's exactly what Anghel's going for. Like.
Yeah.
Show&Tell, can I get your sneaky, not for Muninn, but for anyone else who might be listening?
Okay. Listening, but he's signing. I don't know if they know what he's doing.
Listening isn't the right word, but you know what I mean.
Observing.
I mean, I just don't. If they don't know what he's trying to convey. Oh, okay. Is Muninn asking out loud?
I don't think they are, unless you want to contradict me, Deli. But the sneaky is for someone who doesn't.
Just like generally doesn't believe Anghel.
No, it's hard to say without giving a spoiler. Just roll me a sneaky.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Fine.
Okay, thank you.
Oh no. Well.
Oh no.
Well, Muninn would say like, well, if we want to keep in the I can't remember the name of the woman who owns the town now.
Arita.
Arita?
Arita, thank you.
You can
I don't have
also-
my notes.
It's on screen.
Oh, it is. Well, Muninn would say, I suppose if we don't start looking for this guy, we won't keep in Orita's good graces. So we should probably start looking around if he's not in that building.
Illona would ask sort of incredulously, so Daniel didn't know anything, really? Not incredulous at, like, your guys' credibility, but incredulous
Just
at,
in
like,
general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Anghel doesn't think that Daniel knows anything.
Anghel signs, I want to talk to Arita.
Not suspicious at all.
Not sus.
About what? He just took. Okay, fair enough. I know. He just talked to Muninn about what?
Would Muninn translate that? I don't know. Muninn would sign in response to Anghel. Think this through. Not good idea. Not Arita you're dealing with, going against, but God, but an entire God. Don't think good idea.
Yeah, now I'm remembering why we should have had this conversation in there. Can I guess you read sign language? I guess you can hear thoughts.
Next question.
Good question. Yeah.
I guess you can hear thoughts, so it doesn't matter. Okay, fine. Yeah, that was stupid. Now I remember why I didn't want to have this conversation here.
Yeah.
Okay, that was stupid.
Should I ask our guy to take us to Arita?
Is Muninn asking that?
Above board, you don't need his guidance. You know where she is, but you know.
Anghel knows where she is?
You just came from there.
Yeah.
Oh, we met her at her house? I didn't remember.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so the thing is it's not for guidance. It's just, I guess it's more like to Muninn, because he needs someone to translate.
Yeah.
I guess. And yeah, it's yeah.
I think Muninn would say, my friend here wants to speak again with Arita.
Well, that's what I've been saying we should do.
Well, why don't we beg an audience with her?
Yeah, let's go. Do you go above board?
Yeah. I don't know if this is a good idea, but yeah.
Muninn would go. Muninn would be tempted above board. Actually, no, don't worry. Don't worry. Never mind.
As they're going, Illona would ask the dude where the witch lives. Direction.
Oh, she lives right over there. Do you see where I pinged on the map?
No, I don't. Wait. Yes, now I do.
Rima.
Okay.
What else is there in this village? I'm just looking.
Hugh lad, you better bring a good gift though. She can be very ornery. She was a slave too, and she barely lifted a finger because we didn't pay her enough.
Always these gifts. Illona would mumble to herself.
Above board, not just gifts, but bribery in general are very much a fact of life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's everywhere you'd go.
It's I have nothing of value that I want to give. I have things of value, but not the giving part.
Above board, Ashen, do remember the golden coin you have if you want to like trick the witch.
Oh, do you want to though? God.
Tricking a witch.
Well, that's cool.
What does the coin do again?
So whenever you spend the coin, after you spend it, it will come back to you, disappearing from that person's inventory, for lack of a better term.
Oh, she will notice that for sure. I would do that with the less intimidating person that cannot curse me for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do some thinking about gifts as I'm walking.
So, do you guys return to Arita's little house?
I think so. I mean, Uncle's going where there, I guess.
Yon is as well, the NPCs are as well, Muninn and Illona?
Yeah, Illona would follow Anghel for now, because she wants to ask him if he can maybe potentially carve a little something. Something.
Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Oh, Anghel can use this. Okay.
So Illona would come up to Anghel and be like, "Hey, I noticed you haven't carved something recently in a while. I'm wondering if I could ask you for a favor, because I do want to remove this cat curse. Maybe the witch could help, but I think I would need her."
All right. Anghel signs, but you will need to help me in return.
Well, what do you want?
Help me not stop these people from killing.
Illona would sign. Could we turn him into a cat?
Mm-hmm.
Not just Eusebius.
Why not?
Because that's not the only person they try to kill.
But we can start with that at least. We have a start. Illona would sign. Not speak.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Illona would kind of shrug and throw her hands into the air, like, fine. Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll think about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Shall we proceed? By we, I mean the scene, I guess, to Arita's house?
Sure.
Yes.
As you approach it, kind of perhaps a little oddly, she exits the house at the same time as if expecting you. And
Oh, nice.
looks at you all, as if expecting you guys to say something.
Right.
Muninn would look to Anghel as if expecting him to say or might sign something. She'd be like, "What are you planning?"
Can we talk? I guess he signs to Arita.
Muninn would translate and say, like, "My friend and I would like to talk."
I assumed as much.
Out here, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter, honestly. But
She does not
weird.
invite you into her house, if that's what you're asking.
Okay.
Rude.
This is not starting off on the right foot.
Like, if Anghel signs out here and Muninn translates, she will not reply and instead will, like, cross her arms.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Muninn would look to Anghel like,
Okay. Anghel says, "What will happen after you kill all the priests?"
We'll take whatever steps we need to ensure our freedom and to liberate all the other slaves.
Okay. They're starting an uprising. I see. Will you be able to face the full wrath of the authorities. I don't know how to make it sound.
You can
Wow.
say of the prince's army, or you can like escalate and say, "Oh, the empire itself will come down upon you." However you want to play it.
Okay, let's start with the army of the prince. Okay.
Let's say
I'm
that,
assuming Muninn is translating this. I don't.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Okay.
let's say that I'm not too worried about that.
Oh. And the empire itself?
What interest would they have in a little change in governance?
Okay.
I don't know if Anghel would know this necessarily, but Illona and Muninn, since you guys are more versed in politics, you'd know that like politics are very TLDR, very complicated. The Empire would probably take notice in what's going on here at the very least.
Yeah, I was just thinking
Wait,
that.
so what she's saying is not true?
It's naive, not necessarily not true.
Oh, okay. Like she believes that.
Yeah, but Angel not being particularly versed in politics, I don't
Yeah,
think...
he might be convinced. Like he wouldn't have anything to say to that.
Sure.
If it's all right, maybe Muninn would say, like, with all due respect, although I support your cause, is that not a little bit optimistic?
I have reason to be optimistic.
Cryptic.
Is it Acacius? Angel signs?
Does Muninn translate?
Yeah.
She... Perhaps that's what she says.
Well,
Deli, if you remember from like a previous session, Muninn like got the inkling that this lady hasn't spoken directly to Acacius, but rather to an intermediary.
yeah, that makes sense. So Muninn would speak and say, I don't know what they would say, to be honest. They would say like, once again I respect your cause or support your cause, but I mean, this is odd for this is an odd sort of situation for Acacius to involve himself in. Surely,
Is it? What would you know?
Well, I have more dealings with him than you have, it seems.
Wow.
She looks visibly irritated at that, as if you've hit on a bit of a sore spot. But she says, "I know what I know, and I won't be talked down to."
What if Acacius doesn't really care about your cause?
Oh, burn!
Does Muninn translate that?
Hesitantly.
I have confidence that he cares, she says, a little annoyed.
Yeah. And
Above board, feel free always to like roll careful to like find out more information about what she's saying. In general, I mean.
yeah, of course.
Okay, can Angel roll careful now at what she said?
Of course, Anghel may. Just give me a second to find her sneaky to know what I should oppose. What I should oppose with, rather. Okay.
It's a 3, by the way.
She got a 4.
never mind.
She got a 4.
Never mind. I'm wondering if it's... Well, I have 1. There.
Fate the point.
Should I waste my last fate point?
It would mean you would be compellable.
Which mean I can compel you.
Yeah. Oh no. You could. That's bad.
Good.
Good. Okay. I don't know. Okay, fine. We'll let it go for now.
Okay.
So Mooney would ask, like, so, the one who speaks between you and Acesius, will we have the pleasure of meeting them at some point?
Not up to me.
And I guess it would be up to who here,
Up to her, up to Acesius, I don't know.
Please don't say you have a talking chicken, Illona would say.
What? What? She looks like visibly confused.
Illona would like just look relieved to say nothing.
yeah.
Don't you enjoy my company? You hear her whisper, Illona.
Illona would think to herself, I should have said nothing.
As you presumably try to ignore it, you feel a peck at your shins.
Okay.
Well,
Have you found Eusebius?
You see bees nuts?
got him.
Are you mocking
Sorry.
me?
No, Illona didn't say that. No.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? That'd be cool.
Muninn would say, it seems Eusebius isn't in. It seems that Eusebius isn't here. That or we can't find him. But
So you're the one, is it? You're the one who's going to lie to me.
Muninn did. Okay, I guess.
This was
we
a
did
test.
some way.
This was a test. I am merely relaying the information that was given to me.
The woman told me that one of you would come and lie to me. I didn't expect it to be you. Looks at Muninn.
I am merely telling you what I know. I'm not lying to you.
Can I get a sneaky from you?
Yes. A 4.
Wow.
4's whores.
She got it free. She got it free, so good on you. I guess you not press her fret, well, implied fret, let's say. Just narrows her eyes, like, I guess she still has like general suspicion, but for the moment you've like mollified her, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Calmed her down, let's say.
I guess who has she, like, meaning she as in she, not
She as in Orita or the intermediary?
I guess the intermediary, like whoever told Orita that someone would lie, which I imagine is the intermediary. I'll
Continue
take
with your
that.
sentence.
Okay, cool. Has she warned you of anything else?
Who's to say?
Well, if she clearly knows so much, why doesn't she just tell you where? Why doesn't she tell you where to look for? That doesn't make sense. You know what I'm trying to say. Above board. Why doesn't she tell you where to look? Why not?
Can I get a clever from you, Muninn?
Yes. Because I am so clever. I got the free.
Okay.
Let me check.
That's a pretty bad roll, isn't it?
That's painfully below average.
Deciphering something. I'm looking at your stunts.
Oh,
Deciphering something that I don't think that would apply to like attitudes. I think that would apply to objects.
Decipher an attitude, I would say. I would.
I
Let me look up the like.
Deciphering something or what?
I'm gonna
Or
look up the
some-
official definition of the word decipher.
Yeah, I think
You can decipher body language. You can decipher.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely a thing, but I think I would say that's a someone.
I would say we're not deciphering, if deciphering is the right word. Someone that's in the presence of Muninn, I guess. Basically, I'm the clever role is to see if Muninn knows the answer to the question that they posed.
right. So they're trying to.
What was the question again?
Why doesn't the intermediary just tell Arita where the man is
Okay, yeah.
if she knows so much?
Succeed in understanding, interpreting, or identifying something. I guess that would fit. Sure. So you have a 5 instead of a 3. Okay.
Yatta!
With a 5 instead of a 3, regardless of what Arita answers, you sort of deduce, the answer to your own question is that perhaps why the intermediary or Kessis himself hasn't told Arita is because they're also testing her. Figuring out if she can figure it out for herself.
That's so cool. That's good. That's actually good info to know, I feel. Well,
And I guess I'll roll her own clever to see if she figures that out.
No,
no, don't do it.
do it not.
Do it not.
Not to the same degree as you do, because Muninn, you also base your knowledge on the histories that mention Akesius and all that. She's more basing it on personal experience, unlike you. Well, like you, but you know what I mean. So she reaches a similar conclusion, but not to the same. It's more of a hypothesis than a certainty.
Yeah.
Either way, she will reply, sort of irritated. Well, that's their business, not mine. I'm only here to benefit from their guidance.
As am I. I believe I would sort of strive to serve Akesius well.
Even if the guidance leads you to death. I don't know what.
Does Anghel say that?
Yeah.
'Cause that's a good point, I feel.
Yeah, he does.
More importantly than if Anghel says that, does anyone translate that?
Yeah, that's the question.
Illona wouldn't.
Thank you, Illona.
Muninn might translate it and then reply saying, anything is a price, and anything is worth the price of knowledge, because knowledge is power.
And Arita will say, and what's the life of a slaver worth anyway?
Touche.
No, he wasn't talking about the slaves. The slavers, right?
Yeah.
Your own death. Your own death.
No, it's slave. So the people who own the slaves.
Yeah.
Arita would reply the same because she misunderstood. Because I also misunderstood, but let's say that she misunderstood too.
It didn't need to kill, it just said death, but okay, sure.
I'm confused.
Well, to be fair, she's only thinking of inflicting death on others, I guess.
Okay, fair enough.
So what happened?
What happened is that Anghel meant the price is dying, and she took it to mean the price is killing.
That's a very good way of putting it.
I see. I guess Muninn's response would apply regardless. But yeah, that is fair enough. So what would Arita say?
What was Muninn's response?
Muninn's would say anything is worth the price of knowledge.
Arita's replied according to the misunderstanding that the life of slavers isn't worth much, or whatever she said.
Yeah. Well, Muninn would say to everyone, but especially Anghel, I personally, Moon would say, I think we still need to. I think we it's in our best interest to serve Acesius and find this man. Regardless of the consequences, like this is Acesius' will.
I agree, says Orita. So on your way.
I just don't know how to, like, what can I possibly say to that?
Maybe Muninn would say, come on, Anghel. The sooner we get the sooner we start our search, the sooner we can resolve this matter. And then
Kill.
Muninn would sign, because Muninn's signing to Anghel as they speak.
Anghel signed kill, by the way.
Yeah. Muninn sign if Angel's looking, would notice that their sign is not matching their words that they're saying
okay,
out loud.
cool.
Okay.
So what are they signing?
Okay. If Anghel noticed, or whatever,
Yeah.
Muninn would sign
regardless. Oh yeah, sure. Never mind. Yeah.
Muninn would sign regardless of what think. Play along for your safety for now. Something like that, you know? Obviously,
it's not my safety I'm worried about. Anghel signs.
Openly defy. Muninn would do really quick signs that sound really broken English because they're trying to be really quick and sneaky, if you know what I'm saying. Well, not sneaky, but I don't know.
Sure.
I don't know, sneaky might be the word, I don't know. But open defy, Muninn would say. Defy death.
That's so vague.
Yeah.
Defy death, as in Anghel would die.
Yeah. Defying would equal death.
Yeah. Not defy also equals death. I guess he's just playing with all of you.
I kind of have to go.
Sure.
Oh no.
Sure. I had something in mind that I think will only involve Muninn if Dely agrees to it. So it's fine if you have to go, Ashen. We'll sort of resume right away. It will be a private conversation that Muninn might have with someone. That right, everyone?
Yeah, okay.
So, Ashen, before you go, could you please tell the people where they may find you and what you do and all that?
Yes, you may find me on Instagram where I do some art stuff. I sometimes take commissions as well. I haven't had so much time recently, but I'll probably get back into it. So hit me up if you're interested in that.
Highly recommend. I've commissioned Ashen in the past. Highly recommend. Every time it's been high quality and very, very well done. Yes. And thank you, Ashen.
Thank you. Have a lovely rest of the session. I'll see you next week.
See you, Ashen.
Ashen.
See you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Night.
Bye.
So, I propose that perhaps the group would sort of move to, I guess, call, as Muninn said, begin the search, even though begin isn't the right word. And again, Dely, I was thinking that you might have a private conversation with somebody. Somebody will call Muninn away from the group, if that makes sense. And we can resume from the next session post conversation, because I don't think it'll be a super long one, if that makes sense. All right, everyone?
Yeah, sure.
Epic. Yeah.
Then as you guys depart Aurita's little house, Muninn, you hear an unfamiliar voice in your mind. Sounds female, and that says, May I have a word with you, Muninn?
In my mind, Muninn would respond and say, Muninn, and if you would rather I roll to assume this, fair enough, but I feel like Muninn would assume this is the intermediary.
You can assume whatever you like.
Okay. In that case, Muninn would assume and say, intermediary of Acacia, speak.
Come to me to the old graveyard.
Muninn wasn't corrected, so they are pretty confident in that. Muninn would say, and who am I to expect at the old graveyard?
The lady with the blue sun.
I knew it.
Let's go.
Muninn would look to Anghel and Illona, they would say like,
You can say, I'm going to look for Eusebius. Just leave.
Yeah.
Well, also, you could also come up with something simple and believable, like I need to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Right. That too.
Yeah. Muninn would make up a simple excuse then. It's like, Anghel, we're agreeing to do, we may agree to just, like, I don't know, Muninn would make something up. Like, Anghel, I'll leave you to think on this, but I believe you're making a mistake. I'm gonna go leave you to think on things.
Okay. I guess let's just look at him like, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, think on... I know, Anghel, I know you mean well, but think on what I've said to you, because...
Ignore the way
What? I'm getting super annoyed, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because Muninn would say, think on what I said to you, because either... I don't think this is something... If this isn't something that we can agree on, it's probably something that I will take into my own hands.
Oh, wow, okay. All right, Anghel signs at him. I guess as he's they're backing away or something.
Yeah.
Not back, walking away. I don't know.
I immediately thought it was something better for Muninn to say after I had said it, but I'm gonna ignore those thoughts. And then Muninn would walk away towards the graveyard.
I mean, you can say it because I need a little bit more time to set up something technical.
Okay, Muninn would just say like, and even Muninn would say like, even if I don't, Anghel, even if I don't disagree with you, and even if I don't do anything, then this whole village is looking for this one guy. So you can protect them all as much as you like, but it almost seems inevitable.
I don't have to be alone.
Well, neither do. Muninn would say,
neither does your mom. I don't know.
yeah, well, hey, yo. Muninn would say,
dead.
Yeah.
You. Okay.
Sorry.
Muninn would say, no, Anghel, you don't have to be alone. So come, for fear of sounding like Darth Vader. So come join us, or like they would say something like, so make the right choice.
I have. What about you?
We will see.
The conversation is taking forever. Like, I was like,
And
imagine
your
it when
mama,
like,
and your papa, and your farm that you need to sell.
I'm dead.
Sure. So does Muninn go to the graveyard as, I guess, requested would be the right term?
Yeah.
Okay. Just give me a second. So, as you approach the graveyard, you won't see many other people of the village. Like, they all seem to be busy in the ruins or when they are their own homes or wherever else. And in the graveyard, you will meet, like, sort of next to an empty tombstone, a desecrated grave at that, you will meet the proverbial lady in with the blue sun, which is some lovely artwork made by Show&Tell that I will put on screen.
Whoa! Yo! That looks so good. I love that. Well done.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, she looks really cool. I love the ginger hair.
Sure. The viewers are also seeing a sized up version on screen, so to say. So yes, this was drawn by Show&Tell to represent a certain character from a certain something that the viewers may see soon, that the players have technically already seen. Well, if they've taken the time, I guess. So, Muninn, as you approach, I'm guessing you approach the lady with the blue sun, I guess?
Yes.
She looks at you and says, "Oh, well met for one."
Well met. Are you the blue sun that these people are talking about? I assume.
She points at her forehead, sort of irritated.
Well, I wouldn't have thought it would be so literal, but well met.
Why? She is hesitating. It isn't me hesitating above board. Why are you so dedicated to our Lord?
Well, Muninn would think, and cross their arms. I am a disciple of knowledge, and Cassius is the Lord of knowledge. So I believe it's... Sorry?
She would just say, "So was I."
And Muninn would take note that she said "was," and Muninn would say, "And you're..." Muninn would just reply or repeat and just say "was."
She opens her mouth, hesitates, closes it, and says, "So what? Why do you..." She is hesitating, it isn't me above board.
Okay.
Why? Go ahead if you want to say something, Deli.
Okay. Muninn would say, like, so you are... So these people believe... I mean, they think pretty highly of you. I don't suppose you're... I mean, were you of this village before?
No.
And you're clearly not a divine being. And this is literally Muninn, just assuming.
She chuckles a little. Feel free to, I guess, give me a careful to possibly interpret that chuckle.
I would like to use my fate... not my fate point, my stunt as well, if that's okay.
What's your stunt?
Like, isn't it inspecting or analyzing someone?
Oh, your sharp eye stunt. Yeah, you didn't need to announce it beforehand, but sure.
Okay, I was just making sure. I got a 5.
With a 5, it's not untrue to call her divine, but it's also not entirely true either. You come to interpret her chuckle as.
Okay. So, who were you before this?
I come from the same time as the people you met in the crypt.
Oh. Muninn would uncross their arms a little bit.
Above board, her clothing seems very atypical.
Yeah. Muninn would uncross their arms like a little bit shocked, to be honest. And just say, like, and you I mean, that seems odd that you would be speaking to me at all then, if that's true.
Call it an allowance that our Lord has given me. As long as... Well, I'd like to know more about you. Why are you so unflinching in the glory of our glorious Lord?
Well, I'm not. I mean, I'm not a holy. I'm not typically a holy sort of righteous person, but Lord Acesius has provided much insight and gifts that pertain to my pursuit for knowledge.
Can I get a careful from you, and I'll pose with a sneaky?
Yeah. Am I looking as well?
Oh, yes, you are. So I guess your stunt would apply.
Okay.
She tries to hide it as well as she can, but she winces whenever you say Lord Acesius.
Ooh.
Like the Lord part.
Muninn would question is something the matter?
No, there's nothing the matter. I'm just curious about you and about your devotion. Few are as openly pious, let's say, as you.
Well, let it be known that although I strive to serve Acesius, I am not entirely blinded by his holiness. I have opposed him before, and then Muninn would pull out their spear of Acesius. I guess is that what it's called?
Not the official name, but sure.
Sure. Muninn would pull it out and be like, "Well, if you recognize this, I wouldn't have gotten this as a gift."
You would do well not to oppose him ever again. Feel free to give me another careful if you'd like.
Okay. Not as good.
With your stunt applying, she says that with a slightly different, almost robotic tone.
Yeah.
Compared to her usual speech.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, what about you? I've told you about myself a little bit. Why for someone so ancient, what brings you to this village?
My service to our Lord Acesius.
And he has shared his intentions with you?
Partly.
And which part would that be?
Has he shared his intentions with you? She asks kind of rhetorically.
I suppose that would get the point across. And then Muninn would ask, well, how has your devotion lasted for so long?
She opens her mouth to say something, hesitates, opens her mouth again, and then closes it again, but it looks as if it's closed by force. Sudden.
Interesting.
And she will say, well, enough about me. I've also wanted to deliver a little warning to you with our Lord's consent. Not consent, what's the word? A synonym for consent, but agreement? I don't know.
At his behest.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, sure.
And what warning would that be?
You've made a faithful decision today that has, well, for lack of a better word, placed you right in between two fates. Perhaps you may be able to, and as she says that, once again her mouth closes almost suddenly, and she seems to compose herself, and says, "You're in between two fates, and it will be. I hope that you pick the right one." Again, whenever I pause, it's her pausing. It's not me pausing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Muninn would ponder, and they would say, well, if you were in my position, then which fate would you choose?
The correct one. She's being vague on purpose, I think you can tell.
Yeah, definitely. As insightful, Muninn would say that was as insightful as I had expected it to be. So these once you're done with these people, what do you sort of plan to do? Because these.
Go ahead.
Muninn would say these people surely aren't. I mean, you've been, like I said, you've been around for a long time. These people's lives probably don't mean a whole lot to you.
I don't plan on anything. I only do as my Lord Acacius commands.
And there's something that I want to say, but I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna not say it. And instead, Muninn would just say Muninn would repeat. I don't know if this is technically repeating themselves, but Muninn would say these people think very highly of you, but they have not heard the word of Acacius directly. Why do you think? Muninn would think surely Acacius. If Acacius, and this is hypothetical too, but Muninn would say, surely if Acacius thought better of these people or had more faith in them, they would speak directly to Arita.
She looks at you. Feel free to give me a careful to interpret her expression, but her words are, think carefully if you truly want the answer to that question.
Yeah. I'll do that. Did you say that was optional, or
of course? Of course, it's optional. Okay. You know what I mean. For 4, you see maybe a hint of fear or sorrow. You're not super sure.
Well, Muninn would try to hide their expression, but ultimately I think this has put things into perspective for them. Ironically, because I imagine the Blue Lady, what was it, the Blue Sun?
Well,
probably
that's not her official title. It's more of what the villagers call her.
Yeah. I imagine this was her idea of cementing Muninn's decisions into helping Acacius, but maybe Muninn's having second thoughts. Ironically,
you may interpret her decisions as you will.
Yeah.
I imagine Show&Tell has a better idea of what her intentions are.
Yeah.
Definitely. So Muninn would Muninn would sort of bow their head a little bit and be like, "Well, thank you for the audience. What may I call you?"
My name was Anya Varus. I'll type it in chat.
Okay. I feel like Varys rings a bell, but I can't remember if it does or it doesn't.
It has not been mentioned before in the campaign.
Ah, okay. Well,
and she says, "For your sake, I hope we never meet again."
Well, we'll see. Safe travels.
Lets out a sigh in reply.
Okay. And then Muninn would probably take out. They would like turn around and maybe take out their notebook and start scribbling as they walk towards Anghel, or
And
like
Illona.
walk. And Illona, yes.
And as I mentioned, I propose that this is the spot where we end today's session.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Before we go into our discussion, real quick, something that I forgot to do in the beginning. The lovely DoomGoblin, who has been a guest on this adventure and is a player in the other campaign that I run, has drawn, I suppose you could call it fan art, though I'm not sure that that's the right term, of all the player characters and his own character. In this little relationship chart that you can all see on screen, and you may pause the video to take a closer look at it. It's inspired by a relationship chart found in the manga Kaguya-sama Love is War, which DoomGoblin has also made this a version of a chart rather for the other campaign. And I would highly recommend DoomGoblin's stuff. Again, feel free, dear viewers, to pause and read it, because at the right now I'm gonna switch over to DoomGoblin's links that you can see on screen. Follow him. He's a great artist. He's incredibly lovely, and yeah. Oh, fun little side note. He is the reason why Show&Tell Dely and Ashen, whenever she sticks around, have taken up the habit of saying goodbye at the end of the sessions.
Yeah.
Credit to
good egg.
DoomGoblin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Do check DoomGoblin out again. Links on screen. And I'll also put them in the description. And here's one final look at the chart. Now, as I've got now that we've presented that lovely artwork, thoughts on today's episode?
Yeah, it was cool.
Oh, wow. Oh,
Sorry.
wow. No, I mean, the episode, not.
Oh, right. Yeah.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
The artwork is also wow.
Oh yeah, the artwork is wow for sure. Did you No, I love the artwork.
Both pieces of artwork, I mean. Well, but
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I love both. DoomGoblins is awesome and also kind of hilarious, but also Show&Tell, your artwork of the I keep calling her the blue lady, like this is Avatar. But the of Anya is amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Show&Tell did a lovely job with, I guess, fairly little, because I gave her like Anya's physical description from the book, but not a lot about Anya's personality, although Show&Tell did manage to encompass quite a bit of it.
I mean, you told me she was a bookworm.
Yeah.
And I think you did a pretty good job of describing her, to be honest. So, yeah.
I also love
her portrait wound up very good. What else can I say? And thank you once again, Show&Tell, for agreeing to draw her.
For sure, I had a lot of fun, honestly.
This session was not quite as, I guess, eventful as I thought it would be. It was a lot of reiterating your guys' positions.
Yeah.
Although, towards the end, maybe not. Maybe some cogs have been turned. I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah, we shall. I guess.
I think.
Yeah, we were making a lot of headway.
Yeah, it's like I kind of feel a little bit bad because Anghel and Muninn were butting heads, not really getting anywhere.
Yeah.
But then this random lady kind of made Muninn sort of rethink their position on things.
Interesting.
But I mean, whether or not Muninn actually changes their mind, we shall see. I liked the implication, and this is just my theory. Sorry for potentially spoiling the viewers who haven't been really following along, but I like the implication that this lady seems like a prisoner of her own body kind of thing. Because I like the way she was like trying to speak her mind, but then she couldn't get her words out for a lot of it was really interesting to me. And I think that was interesting to Muninn themselves as well. Because I think they themselves, I think, noticed that, right? So,
and this is the time me and Show&Tell look at each other and say nothing.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were doing.
Yeah. It definitely gave something for Muninn to think about.
I am looking forward to see what Muninn's, I guess, resolution will be and how things will pan out. Because at the moment, at least before this little conversation, you guys were at sort of a deadlock. So, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I wonder what you expected. Like, did you think that Anghel would be able to sway people?
Sway people?
Or not? Yeah, sway, like, when it...
Did I expect that?
No, Teeironor I meant. Sorry.
Oh,
I didn't make that
me.
clear. Yeah, because you said you expected things to be more eventful, and I was just, like, wondering...
When I say that, I didn't... I was not necessarily expecting anything. Rather, I was hoping that the party would reach like a consensus, or that I guess since Muninn and Anghel had like sort of pretty much opposed positions, Illona could act as a mediator. Or I was expecting that you'd wander, well, not expecting, hoping rather, that you'd wander around the village more and find some other stuff that maybe will influence your decision one way or another, or whatever.
Yeah, I was wondering if I should do that, but then I was like, I didn't know if it was like completely unconnected in some way, or that it would just like, yeah, maybe I should have done that. Maybe Anghel should have like
don't think
gone
of
on a
it.
stroll.
Don't think of it as should have or anything like that. I don't think there's any wrong answers, so to say, to this particular situation or how you handle it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, show.
There's lots of little bits of information this session, but emphasis on little bits, not necessarily something major.
Yeah. No, definitely. A bit of a, how do I put it? Like, when I said, oh, people who aren't following along, I mean, I kind of meant that sincerely, because it's like, if you weren't, I mean, I was gonna say if you weren't really paying attention, maybe you would have missed some things. So like, Muninn saying, why are you talking to me then? Initially I meant that as in like, oh, because the Rimlen people don't like Muninn. But I think you understood it as, oh, because why you'd be speaking a different language, like an ancient language.
The fact that the Rimlen people don't like Muninn didn't even cross my mind. It's more that Aurelia doesn't like Muninn.
Aurelia?
The Rimlen leader girl.
Yeah, but was she the only one, or was, I guess...
She's the only one you talked to until now.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah.
We just assumed, I think we all assumed that it was just like the way people thought about,
Yeah.
like in general at that time of
but-
people.
But then I like that layer of depth. I don't want to say vagueness. Maybe depth is a better word. Because Muninn, everyone assumed they hated Muninn because they were Rimlens. And then Muninn assumes that the Blue Sun lady just misunderstood them, well, what they meant, right? But maybe they didn't. Maybe she didn't misunderstand and took that into consideration when she replied. Like, does that make sense?
I see
Like-
what you mean. But
Maybe she didn't.
I, the DM, didn't think of that, so I guess tiny bit of spoiler. She probably didn't either.
Okay, fair enough.
If you want to know more, Deli, do your homework, I guess.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
I'm joking. What should I? Well, again, there's like lots of tiny things that I could bring up regarding this session, like the thing that about how Cassius is also testing Orita, or some of the minor things that Anya Veras has said. But I don't want to like just babble needlessly about pretty much nothing important. So you guys tell me if there's anything that you'd like to bring up.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say I'm looking forward to next session because there's obviously, as far as this session, I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to next session to see if anything changes between Anghel and Muninn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well, for sure.
Yeah.
But also, I was just like really invested in Anghel, like this session. I was just trying so hard to like think about.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, I really felt it. I really felt his like frustration because I was also frustrated. I was like, how do you make them like? I don't know, make them like. I don't know if that's the true thing, like the right thing to do, but it's what Anghel really believes in. So anyway.
Do you know what I loved your dialogue with Anghel. He was really eloquent, or you made him really eloquent.
By accident.
You brought up so like you were spitting facts. Like you brought up so many good points that me IRL was like, yeah, I know, I agree.
Yeah.
Anghel, I think Anghel had some very good lines this episode. I agree. That's what I wanted to say. I was just thinking that I was like stuck on the word eloquent because like having someone who can't talk be eloquent just broke my mind for a second.
Yeah, it's funny. And also I don't think Anghel is eloquent usually, but I guess I don't know, something just flowed in him.
Sure.
The inspiration was there.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't disagree. I'm trying to think. Oh, I'm very, very curious, Deli, since me and Show&Tell know Anya Veras, know the Lady of the Blue Sun. I'm very, very curious how you interpret her, I guess. What is she exactly?
Yeah, she seems interesting. She seems really interesting. I think I said it earlier, but I love how she seems trapped in her own body. Well, I don't love that for her, but I love the storytelling aspect of that. She seems, I think Muninn probably sees themselves within her a little bit, maybe. It's a bit of a Black Mirror, if you know what I'm saying. But like, maybe, I don't know if that's the right saying, but it's like, oh yeah, Cassius can provide knowledge, but will I turn out like this lady? That won't be great, you know?
I see.
I don't think Black Mirror is the right term, but it kind of is, by the way. I think Muninn was surprised that she seemed a little bit, I don't know how to put it. Like, she seemed really, like, these people of the village described her as if she's this ethereal sort of like the sons of Akesius. But as far as Muninn was sort of concerned, she was just a lady, you know? She just seemed like a priest. Like, I mean, not to boil it down
Sure.
like that. She seemed like a really important priest, sure. But she wasn't like a demigod, like these people are making her out to be. At least not to Muninn's eyes.
To be fair, of the people in the village whom you've spoken with so far, only Aurita has directly spoken with Anya Veras. The others have like heard second-hand tales.
Yeah.
That's
And I
fair
guess it
enough.
has a habit to really like kind of
Yeah.
multiply, I guess, or become like something bigger than life.
I don't know if it's a thing in like English-speaking countries or everywhere else, but there's like a little childhood game in Romania, my country, that's like called the cordless phone because
Yeah, we have that in Hebrew. I don't know.
because phones back in the day had cords, you know. But
Yeah.
basically, you whisper someone to something and something to someone.
Something to someone.
Yeah, and then that someone has to like say it to someone else, etc., etc., and inevitably the information gets distorted.
Yes.
Yeah, we call it broken phone in Hebrew.
Oh, well, there you go.
We
Okay.
call it something else, but I don't know if it's offensive or not to say it anymore.
Really?
Offensive? I did not expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it is offensive.
It's
It
like a
kind of
child's game though, and it's offensive. Oh
Yeah.
well, who knows?
like
I guess.
isn't sorry.
I guess maybe the name could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the name.
I think
But
the
I guess-
name seems outdated, and I'm not
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
say
Exactly. Maybe it's just like.
I'm not gonna say it on record just in case it is offensive.
Now you made me curious though.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, also not just regarding these village people and how they see the Lady of the Blue Sun, but in general in this campaign, like if it's a rumor of a rumor of a rumor, I will distort it.
Yes.
Yeah. That seems realistic.
Other than that, I'm trying to think. Well, I'm just very, very curious as to what will happen next time.
Yes.
Delia, I imagine you're like you thought of a bunch of stuff. I hope you remember them for next time.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
This isn't a jab at you. This is I hope you we all forget our ideas sometimes.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure. And it's like also the atmosphere, you're like in it, and then it's like, oh, we need to start over, and it's just
Yeah,
kind of not in the same headspace a little.
Yeah.
It can be. It can be. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to Ashen's thoughts on the situation. I'm trying to think. Oh, I guess I was disappointed that Illona did not really react to the chicken pecking her, I guess. Because I always love playing the chicken, but anyway.
It's
Yeah.
great.
We love the chicken.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Sure. Yeah, now there's also that particular side quest if you want to pay a visit to the witch to get rid of Illona's curse. And of course there may be other stuff at her house too, and on her person and all that. Either way, any other thoughts for our viewers before we go into our shoutouts?
Eat your veggies. And thank you very much for watching.
Oh, that was a long time. Like we didn't use that a long time.
Yeah.
Eat your veggies?
Eat
Yeah.
my veggies.
It hasn't happened in a while.
Oh, well, there you go. I did not realize that. So, dear viewers, thank you very, very much for watching and listening to us. Real brief, once again, check out Ashen. She's incredibly lovely and talented and deserves I guess, your money for commissions and all that. Once again, she does very, very high quality stuff that I would highly recommend. And just again, real brief, do check out DoomGoblin, who drew that incredibly well done relationship chart that you saw on screen earlier. And you can see some examples of their artwork on screen. Now, Dely, because apparently the dice say that we're going in alphabetical order with the rest of the shoutouts. Could you please go ahead and tell the people what you do, where they may find you, etc.?
Absolutely. Hello, everyone. I'm Dely, and I've had the pleasure of being here. I don't know, that doesn't make sense, but I hope it did. Anyway, my name is Dely. I am a Goblin VTuber on Twitch and Twitter and Blue Sky and Tumblr. Not so much the last two, but as much as Twitch and Twitter, but here we go. You can find my stuff on my lovely little card link on screen, I assume. And I plan to stream a little bit more often, maybe twice a week. So if you would like to say hello, I would love to meet you all.
Awesome. Yes, links on screen and in the description. I forgot what I was going to say, but yes, check Dely out. Lovely streamer. I hope they stream more often. Yes. Thank you very, very much, Dely.
Thank you.
Next, we would have Show&Tell. Could you please go ahead and but talk about yourself and what you do?
Yes, so I'm Show&Tell, and I do Patreon. I do reactions for shows on Patreon, and there are a few shows that came out that I'm thinking I may be reacting to, even though they're like, I have a schedule and they're not on my schedule, but I'm like, maybe I'll give them a shot.
Fingers crossed.
So there's that.
Yes, do check Show&Tell out. Her reactions are very, very well done and very insightful at that. Once again, someone that I would highly recommend. And thank you, Show&Tell, for talking about yourself and all of that. And I, dear viewers, was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, which is a lot of fun, as you can see. I also do another series that's set in the Warcraft universe, featuring a different bunch of lovely people, including DoomGoblin, whom we've talked about at length before. And I would also recommend that. We're also at a bit of a crazy junction there. But once again, dear viewers, thank you very, very much for watching and listening to us. We should be back next week, I hope. Probably. I'll let you all know on Twitter and Blue Sky if we won't be for whatever reason. But yeah, we will see you when we'll see you. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.